Okay, so our main work is done on our model. As I said before, I've used a spare canopy as a mask. What we're going to do now is give it some black, ready for the metalwork to go down. It's given the bottle a good shake, cleared up around, done some gloves. Excuse me. Now what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to put on, because the Airfix kit is absolutely lovely, but their moulds are always not quite as shiny, ready for the metalwork. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use microfiller and primer, and then I'm going to polish it up under a tap to bring out a little bit of shine in the actual unit. So I'm going to start from the top, I think, and all I'm going to do is going to lay the primer down nice and fine, giving it a little bit of I'm building it up slowly. I don't want too much primer on this, if I can help it. Now, before anybody says anything, I do know that all these rivets during the war would have been filled by the staff for a little bit of speed, but as it is, I'm going to leave mine the way the Airfix intended for now. So all I'm doing, I've got the air pressure set to about 7 to 8 psi, because I don't want the paint to dry before it hits the model. That's what causes the granulation or the sandy effect. So as you can see, all I'm doing is just building it up. Just do the horizontal areas first, like the wings and the tailplane. I've changed airbrushes back to my faithful TR1, which is of course my favourite airbrush. And I'm just bits right, and then where's my stain gone? It'll be easier to do it like that. No, what do I need that? Sponge ready. Put that under there and here, and all we're going to do now is just come in, get this side of the fuselage done. Now I'm going to miss out the actual rudder, because that will be painted, that will be primed in white. So all I'm doing is giving the airframe a nice even coat Hope you can see this, because that will be painted, that will be primed in white. So all I'm doing is giving the airframe a nice even coat. Hope you can see this. And again, at the front here, we're not going to touch the canopy because that will be white, because that will be a red canopy. I can turn the pressure up a little bit with the NAC valve. Not quite coming out as I'd like. So again, as I said, we're just spraying on our black, letting the primer do its work, adhering to the paint, to the plastic, and again underneath the engine, in the engine cowling, making sure we come along our wing edges, make sure we're all covered, and then we'll just get under the tail planes. Edges again. Just laying the primer on. And going along our edges just to make sure we're getting it all. You'll notice I'm holding this one wing because obviously it's got no paint on it. By doing that, we can ensure we're not going to mark the paint. And because this micro primer dries so fast, once this wing is painted, we should be able to hold that other wing without any issues with the glove. And without any finger marks, like this. Now, I am getting a bit of dust in here this time. I can see it in the air, but it is being dragged down, and I have got the rear window open behind me so that it doesn't cause me any grief. So I can't wear a mask because I'm talking to you lot. So all we're doing, as I said, was just building the black up so it's everywhere that we need it to be. And also with primer, when you prime the model, you're able to see any parts that could become a problem, like that, for instance, which I'd forgotten about. Give that just a few seconds to dry. That was just where I had a little bit of a mark from the sprue, but that's gone now. Bit there, nearly. So all we're going to do, as I said, just build the paint up in our areas we want it. So we will do all the metal work first, and then we'll come back and put our red nose on. I thought it was a blue nose, but it ain't, it's a red nose. So we hold it at the end of this wing. So we got all that edge. Now, because the paint has dried, we can come in and hold that thing now. And literally just get the black on here. So we're just going through and making sure we've painted every part of it. I'm not blasting it on, I'm just building the coat up gently. So that there's not too much in one place, and it's a nice even coat of paint. Just chipping around that nose area. Along that fuselage so we can see what we've got. Got that underwing to do. So we come back on the second tail plane. Just getting that on. Got to hold her by the nose now. Get her turned over so we can then come along the bottom of the tail plane. We've got our identification lights in the wing, but I'll show you how to avoid those when we come to finish the model off, using crystal clear as a window, or as a piece of glazing I should say, not as a window. So we're just checking around, making sure we've got it all that I want to get. I'm just going to check up my reference just for that nose section. Now you can probably see here we've got our nose section which goes on that bottom line, so I know where I am, I know what I'm doing now. I'm quite happy with what we've got. And everything is nearly there. So I'm just making sure the black is fairly even. Okay, so that's our black down. What I'm going to do, I'm going to clean up the TR1. I haven't got to worry about polishing the wings because they were, as I said, they were painted. They weren't left bare metal like the rest of the aircraft, because otherwise the glare from the wings is going to get in the pilot's face. That's not the best thing that could happen. So I'm just cleaning this airbrush up quickly. I'm going to do the high-speed silver on the wings tonight, and then I'm going to leave it overnight because I want to be able to polish and wash this. So just a little drop of high speed in there, and a cap on the cup, and we'll see what we've got coming through. A bit too much air. It's better. Right, so I'm going to start at the outside of the wing, and I'm just all I'm doing is just building up, misting up on, if you like. You don't want high coats, you just want misty sections. All the way along, and of course over the top of everything. Now that we've got the first coat on, and she's quite shiny, what we're going to do, we're just going to really mist the top coat. Just so that that takes, turn around. And then start again from this end. You'll notice that I'm going completely off the model. I'm not stopping on the model at all. That's so we don't have no pooling of the paint. And all we're going to do again, like we just did, we just get the flaps in, like so, and just give it a good mist over the top to make it better. I'm happy with that side. Let's just have one more look at this side. That's it. One more look. And that's all we're going to do with high speed silver. So we have our wings are nice and silvery. We'll just go along our edges, no problem, and then we'll just clean the airbrush up, and that's it for tonight. And then tomorrow I'll come home, I'll be back from work, I'll mask up those wings, and we'll do the bodywork in airframe aluminium. Come back, and to be honest I couldn't wait to get on with this again. So what we're going to use now is some airframe aluminium, ALK 119. Give it a good shake. Compressor set as usual about 8 psi, but the difference with this one compared to the high speed silver is we're going to mist this on very gently and build it up. So we're there. Oop, quick spillage. And then let's get the brush ready. Check it. All good. Very little in the cup to begin with. We'll put the lid on. Check our flow. And air pressure, turn it down just slightly. There you go, it's lovely. So all we're going to do with this, we're going to do the areas that we didn't do the wing. So we're just going to mist it over. We're just building it up gently. Till I'm completely happy, which I am with that bit. Come on the tail. As you can see, I've taken the rudder off. Already. And that is because I don't want that in the way. And that's going to be painted blue on this, I believe. Right. Now we're going to go the length of the fuselage from just about where the colour starts to come in, because this has got a different colour to it. So all we're going to do is just mist it. Just keep misting it, misting the fuselage. Building the colour up, the whole thing. We're not putting too much on. So what we're going to do, I don't want it over shiny. Just like that. Right from the bottom. I'm not even masking up the wings. Right, this side, a little bit awkward, but we'll hold it like so. In fact, we can hold it from that wing. That was paint. See, if you do that, you know you're getting too much paint on. And then we're just going to drag it down again, all the way down the body. Sorry, the fuselage. And we're just going to paint our end, or the front I should say, not our end. And we're literally just going to build it up until we're really happy with it. Okay, so I'm quite happy with the way that one looks. Just want to do the nose on this one. A little bit more colour. Trying to go with the airflow as well, so that helps with a little bit of weathering if you want to do it. So I'm quite happy with the way that is. Now on or underneath we'll do exactly the same. Just gently building it up. We ain't going mad over it. And for the last little bit, we're going building it up. A little bit more. Right, so I'm quite happy the way that looks at the moment. Now what we're going to do let that dry again once we've done this power plane. We'll let it dry again overnight. Don't normally let it dry overnight, but to be honest, I'm shattered. I wanted to get this done tonight. And then we'll come back and we'll mask the nose. And we'll get some more colour paint down. So far, she's looking good. What I might do, or I will do, use my micro mesh set from Alclad, as usual, and give this a good old buff up, so that we're quite happy with the way it all sits and looks, and a bit more shiny. And we should be good. Simple as that. There you go. That's how to use Alclad. That simple. Right, so I've spent the best part of an hour masking up our Mustang, ready for its paint. So the first coat we're going to put on is our Alt 306 white primer, because the rest of the paintwork is a really nice blue and a really vibrant red, both of which we've got in our Alclad mil specs. So what we're going to do, we're just going to put just a little weeny drop in and check our flow. Now with white, be very gentle. You need to build that colour up, not get too vicious with it as such. Helps if you've got a blockage. So we're just gradually building it up. We're not putting too much down. We've done one side slightly. So we're just building her up. We want the white for the blue, the signal blue or signal red, and blue noses blue will go on, or the nose will be red, the tail will be blue. So all we're doing is just giving it just a coat, just to add a primer, and this primer will make the red on the nose bling and the blue on the tail show out even more. Now we have our canopy, so we'll give that our blue, sorry, our white, although I've got a hair on there, not good, because this rear canopy is blue and our front canopy is going to be red. So spraying away from the main part, just like so. That's that, that's primed. While I've got white in the airbrush, we'll just spray our prop ends or prop warners, like all British and American aircraft had, so it's easy to see where this prop is spinning from. Again, that will have yellow put on later, and somewhere, wherever I put it, there it is. I took it off the model and drilled a small hole into the thickest part of the rudder, and all I've got to do now is give it a nice white prime, because the tail or the rudder will be blue. So there we go, one side. On the inside, so that all matches in, down the back. Okay, so that's that bit. So we can now put that to one side. What else we got? Anything? No, good. Right. Okay, clean the airbrush up. Just put the white away. Give that a quick clean out. Get rid of that masking tape. Razor blade before I cut my fingers off. And trust me, it's likely to happen. Right. We're just cleaning it round. Because the first one looks a bit bitty for some reason. We'll tip that straight out. Blow through. Give it a really good clean this time. Blow that out. That's gone through nicely. Right. Clean. Give it up a clean as best you can. Now, because we're going to use a really vibrant colour this time, eventually, just give the old nozzle a clean. Make sure we've got that nice and cleaned out. One more touch. You probably can't see this, you'll see it on the other camera but not on the above camera. So just to give it a good old clean out, that's better. Blow through, and just one more quick blast. That's it, we're out, we're clean. Right, so I've got Signal Red and Royal Blue. Those are our two colours, ALK or Ace LCE 605 red for all the nose sections. So, sorry, nose sections. For the nose section and the propeller. Where's the nose blue? I can't remember what the decals are, to be truthful. Decals are red, so the nose needs to be blue. Keep them out of the way for a moment. So it's just this part. There's the actual model itself is going to be red. So what we'll do, a little drop in the cup, put that well out of the way, clean it up. Anything I spilt. Lid on, because we're now to the point where we don't want anything to go wrong. So we'll check our flow. There she comes, and we'll just lay it on. Now you'll see it'll be pink to begin with, which it should be. Right around our engine or exhaust stack. That's that side. Come back to this side. So we're getting up close if you can. Usual pressure, about 8 psi, and just building up the colour right across. All I'm doing now is building up that red. The pink is disappearing. We're getting a nice vivid red now, which is what we're looking for. Same round the nose caroling. If you do, for instance, start to look too wet, sometimes happens obviously. I'll do it on the top, it'll be easy to see. All you've got to do, like that bit, just cup to air and dry it down, and you can go over it again. And we're going to get all the rest of the area, making sure we've got it all. Hold the canopy till the canopy's done. Go round. All areas that need to be done now are painted are red, so we'll just put that on our sponge. And we'll just have another look through it, make sure there's nothing else that's red. No, we're looking good. So we just want to, I'm going to give this one more spray, just to make sure we've got our vivid red that we want. Now, quick tip guys, I've had 2 people today, 2 emails from different people, sorry, one on Facebook, one email, who laid down, one laid down some mil-spec and one laid down some dull aluminium. Firstly, the colour was wrong for the dull aluminium, it should have been air frying, but hey ho. What they did, they used the lacquer based finishing products straight over top of the paint. Now what happens when you do that, sometimes, on very rare occasions, it can just reactivate the paint and you'll lose your paintwork, which is what happened twice. So it's just a little bit of a warning to everybody. Use aqua gloss or Future or your favourite glossing medium or matting medium first before you go on to use any of the finishing products from Alclad. This will stop a lot of heartache for everybody and save me writing tons of emails out. As you can see, I've just got a little bit of a hair in there, which I'm just going to get rid of, like so. Quick rub over, and then check everything. I'm not happy with that. There you go, warts and all. I'm just going to add a little bit of paint there, a little chipped. Another one there. That's better. Being very careful. Let's do what I've got to do. Brilliant. Right. So I'll just fill that all in. And we'll give it one more coat while we've got the red. Again, red's one of these colours where people don't like using, but the Alclad red is very, very good for what we just did. There we go, get rid of that. I'll add the residue, check the cup, that's fine. Whew, it's warm in here tonight. must be getting ready for the polar freeze that's coming this weekend, which means I can stay indoors and do lots more models. Ha. It's always an upside to cold weather. Just clean this out quickly. Make sure we've got everything. Blow that through. Nice bit more just to clean that up. Okay, and then we'll just clean up the airbrush. You know I hate a dirty airbrush. Right, that's clean. Blow it through. Okay. Blue is nicely and ready. Don't want a lot in there. Clean that off. And then I'm going to do paint our rudder. One side, second side, cup to air, dry it out and come back in again. Making sure you've got everything going right the way around. That's great. And that one. And happy with that. I just touched it somehow. There we go. Right, and then we have our canopy. Straight over the top, and behind it, so none of the air, none of the paint goes underneath the canopy. If it does, it's an easy job to clean out, but I prefer not to be messing about. So that's that painted. The nose, a couple of times round should do the job on the nose. Just like that. And that's looking really nice. On the spinner rather. It's looking good. Right. Now where is it? I couldn't. Then we've got the bottom of the spinner. Again, that's nice, and that will be left to dry. Tiny amount. Hang on, I've done something silly. Left the blue open. Get rid of the drips. Prop we need. Blow. And all we're doing is just giving our tips of our propellers their little yellow ends or high visibility jackets, as we could call them. Just like that. Now that can sit and dry. Right, now I take my life into my own hands and unmask in front of you all. Everybody says that Alclad is very dodgy to mask. My personal preference or opinion is I've never had any problem with it, and so far it's the same today. Could get there, who knows, we'll see. I'm being very gentle when you're taking the mask off, and it does make a difference. Let's put that to one side. I try to be a little bit careful with why I'm doing things, just in case we lose anything. And that's lovely because I just took that nose off. Brilliant. I've got a little bit of overspray, but nothing we can't deal with. There we go. Right. I hate sticky stuff. And we'll get our razor blade and just nick the edge of our tape, which is fine, and then a little piece that broke off, that's great. I was nervous when I take off masking tape for some reason. I thought so, I never had any problem with it. I just, because of all the negative vibes about it, I'm always a bit careful. But there you go. So no loss of paint from the masking tape, which we're happy about. Now we've got the seam removal set, which is, yeah, I just want a not coarse one, but a little bit of a polisher, and we just polish off the overspray. Well, what these were designed for, but hey ho, it works, so we stick with it. Polish away, just get the overspray gone. A little bit of polish right the way over, and I'm very happy with that. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave that. I can normally over dirt straight away, but I've one or two things to do this evening, so I'm going to let that dry overnight, let the other bits dry, and then we can come in with aqua gloss later. If I get time tonight, I'll quickly aqua gloss it so it's tough and we're away, and then hopefully we'll be in the deck will start by the weekend and we'll start to get somewhere then. Well, there you go, it's coming along nicely.